Good afternoon, everybody. We have done it. We are at the finals of the Belgian Men's Challenger for 2024. 6 grueling sessions, and here we are with Team Verreken against Team Hananen in the final. Two of the teams that played best in the group stage, and they are rematching here in the finals. And what a I'm expecting fireworks here.
Yeah. Same here. I think two strongest teams, they made it into the final. Sometimes with these knockout phases, there could be a little surprise where the team that ends up being third or fourth in the group stage to get a kind of a second chance at going to these finals. But nope, I think Team Verreken and Team Hananen, they showed, well, we were first and second in the group. We just go into the knockout, we do what we have to do, and then we have our spot right here in the finals. Although it was not an easy kind of straightforward win, especially for Hananen.
Yeah, they came down to the final stone against that with them and Team Hertman. Team Hertman had the hammer in the eighth. Hananen needing us and all tied up at 5 going into the eighth. Hertman with the hammer. Hananen played a really good end, forced Hertman to try a very difficult run back to promotion to take the point, and it just came up short. So Hananen made it through. Whereas Team Vareka, their road to the final maybe a little bit easier. It started out with the cruising through the first two ends up 4-0, but then giving up a 4 house to let Team Raju back into it, and so they had to fight back, but they held their composure, forced the Raju to make some mistakes, and here we are.
So teams are getting ready to start a game. So we are also getting ready. Let's have a kind of a quick look at the schedule there.
There we go. That one.
There we go. So this is the big final, but you can also see we have this kind of mini game coming to a big conclusion here. I have a small lead. I have 5 right predictions in 6 games. John has 4 right predictions in 6 games. So it comes down to this, our final prediction for this final. You want to go first, or should I go first?
You are in the lead. You get to go first.
I am in the lead. That is very true. So I am going to, Verreken against Team Hananen. A tough one. Verreken won their game in the group stage. Hananen had a bit more of a fight to get into the final, but I remember saying in the very first stream, all the way in the beginning, Hananen could be the dark horse. Maybe they could end up winning this tournament, and I'm gonna stick with that early prediction. I want to kind of be the mastermind here. So I'll go for the Finnish boys. They leave a good impression. Team Hananen is where I am putting my money today.
All right. Well, I think Hananen, those guys have been playing really well. I also just like saying the name Hananen. I think they've been playing really well, but I'm going to stick with the hometown boys. They're undefeated so far in this tournament. They won a tough matchup against Hananen yesterday in the last round of the group stage. So I'm going to stick with Verreken. I'm not going to chat any longer. They're already throwing a couple of stones. We're going to get you guys out on the ice, and looking forward to this fantastic matchup. So
Far camera.
That one. There we go.
Right. This is
fan favorite Yami throwing his second stone for Team Hananen. Have to update the scoreboard. Verreken has the hammer. By their virtue of winning the group stage, finishing the higher seed, they have been given the hammer in this last match. We do have the skips mic'd up again. I've now unmuted them, so although I'm not hearing Timo. Well, we'll adapt. Oh, that's right. As Tim taps on the equipment.
all right. Our little general right here, controlling the battlefield, putting up those first couple of stones, very important stones here for Team Verreken.
Curl! Curl!
Trying to get this one to curl over.
Curl! Vol op de gele, vol op de gele. Geen pak rechter.
That red one out a bit. The yellow one falls underneath the guard. Now there's a double guard sitting over that Red stone in the middle. It is behind the tee line, so
Hey, hallo. Daar is hem.
trying to steal this first end. Really want to put their get a score on the board early without the hammer. I think they're going to be trying to protect these stones that they've got there, make it difficult for Team Eureka to score anything big.
Get, hey. 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 Meet up.
There was a fairly quick turnaround with the ice between the semifinal and the finals. If I recall hearing the ice maker Jamie saying that it might be a little bit slower at first. The ice should speed up as the match progresses.
Pak maar 8. Als we eerst in deze raken, doen we dat.
So on request of the teams, the final was postponed by 20 minutes because there was a very short time in between ending of the semi-final and then the start of this final. They wanted to have somewhat of a lunch break because it's important to be ready to come on the ice for the final at full strength.
That's good.
That's going to be a very nice stone from Tur. Clears things out. Yellow stone kind of slides over there out from behind the guards, but still gets rid of all of that red in the house. Well, almost all of the red in the house.
Job! Job! Kom op! Bijna! Yo!
Gonna hold this one. Is that gonna... No, it just sneaks by. It actually taps the red on the back. Pushes that one out, so... Just a slight miss there from Valtteri.
Het is dat of zoiets, maar is hier.
Timo gonna take advantage, try to split the house here. I want to say welcome to everybody who's tuning in. We do have the chat open, so if you feel like you're making comments supporting your team, translations for us who don't know Finnish, just in general questions about what's going on, feel free to drop it in chat.
The boys of Team Haninen, they mentioned that they rallied up some of their fans back in Finland, and I think we can already see them popping in chat. Svikale, Polius, probably mispronouncing your name, sorry for that, but...
Polius, slight miss, complete disaster. Yes, I try to be very positive when I'm making comments. I think these guys will be harder on themselves than I should be, so...
Yeah, we never try to burn teams on live on stream here.
This one gets the hit and rolls slightly, not quite buried, so Team Vereken's going to just take this one out.
Is daar spekglad. De beet past op als je vandaar vertrekt, want 10 en een beetje naar buiten rollen. Alleen aan de buitenkant toe. Ja.
I think that's the second time I've heard Timo mention that the ice is slick at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably due to that fast turnaround.
Oh. 10 up.
It's funny, every time Tudor is about to sweep, he has his
He's,
a little twist and then he
does-
starts sweeping.
he does the helicopter.
Yeah.
Gotta warm up the broom. Oh, this one gets rid of the red.
Sorry jongens.
Shooter slides over to
I think we
the
had our
edge of the house.
first swear jar moment of this final here.
Oh, was that? I only heard sorry, young, as I didn't hear the word before, so it must have been something.
It was an international swear jar word.
Oh.
Hey! Valtteri!
Billy going after this one on the edge, really trying to roll this one over. Unfortunately, catches it on the outside, and I believe the shooter has rolled outside of the rings.
Wilt je het
Yeah, just see
proberen?
it there.
Ja. Ja, ik denk het beste voor het resultaat is hem zo te pakken, omdat je dan automatisch naar hier rolt. Hier ga ik altijd een corner blijven liggen. Ik zou hem zo doen. En dan Max. Allee, het heeft waarschijnlijk hek nodig. Nu, als je hem te dun raakt, gaat er heel veel van de snelheid weg. Hè. Ik zou het proberen. Half wit, zoiets. Voor hek.
So, they're going to
zou
try
proberen.
to
Moest het
do a
zijn dat
hack
hem
weight
extra groot
split and
kunnen we
push
eventueel
both
aan
of
de
those
andere kant
yellows
oppakken,
into
hè.
the house.
Hek, proberen die gele tegen dat. Dat we zo splitten.
Oh, yep. That is what they were
Heck.
trying to do. This certainly would certainly be a highlight reel worthy shot if he does make it.
Yes, definitely. I mean, for people that don't know, John and I, we basically stream and produce curling tournaments and matches, and we also take note of shot of the matches. That's our famous hashtag, and then we produce a little shot of the match shorts over on our YouTube channel. So we hope to get a lot of nice candidates from this game and post them.
Curl,
Trying to get this one to
Go.
curl. Doesn't seem
Go.
to be.
dan geel.
Just slides over the top, but I believe that is still
Sorry.
biting over there. So that one did not seem to really curl as much as some of these other stones have this weekend.
No fist bump there. You're ignoring a little fist bump.
Naartoe sisältä.
Double possibility over there on the edge for Matthias.
Ihan vähän pienempi.
There's Bram.
Bram saying, let's go TV. He's a big fan of watching TV. He sits on his couch watching TV all the time. And he's very... Oops.
Oh! Just passes between. That's not much of a gap there, but he found
Very unfortunate miss there.
it. Paulius waiting for a goal here.
It's
Well,
got
that
it!
one's, as we would say in American football, splits the uprights. That would
Run,
normally be for
Romero!
3 points, but here means nothing.
9 dan.
Big opportunity for Verreken to try to set up a bigger end.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
This one to curl around, get behind that guard.
Curl. Curl.
Oh, takes
Curl.
a big
Curl.
jump. Ah, I see. Maybe trying to tap that one in.
Ah. Hey. Nice.
Don't think that yellow one got into the house, might be just outside.
Ja, ik kan al goed kijken.
Team and the boys, they mentioned that this is an important tournament for them, an important final. But then next week they have I think maybe an equal important weekend or maybe even more.
Yep, is the challenge series to see who will represent Belgium at the European Championships later this calendar year. So they will be facing off against Team Dalla, who is in over on the sheet A, just to our right, playing in the 5th place match.
Kom op! Pida!
Matthias leading some fireworks here, gets rid of the 1.
And 2.
2, very nice stone.
Excellent stone. And that was important to get some of those yellows out. Now it's yellow has 1 there biting and a 12 foot, so they could end up scoring 2 here if they get a good, nice hit and roll.
I would love to have a camera directly over top of that yellow to see how few millimeters it is actually biting.
Calling for line here.
Want to make sure this one stays in the house, so it needs to hit fairly solid.
Some panic in the voice, but it is a takeout. When will the shooter roll out?
The shooter does roll out. A little bit of help there.
But is it 1 yellow? And that's I think a very, very stretched way to score a point here. I think you cannot score a point with a stone that's further from the pin as we had here.
Yeah, I think Verreken would have preferred that yellow was lying out of the house, since they lost the shooter. Then that way they take a blank, keep the hammer in the even ends. But it was not to be. The shooter rolled out. That other one was biting, and so they will take 1 here in the first. Excellent stone from Matthias to get rid of to clear those 2 of those reds out, or yellows out, excuse me, to force this one. So Don will be starting things off here in the second for Team Verreken as they lead Hananen 1-0. I feel like this is going to set the tone for this first end. Is going to set the tone for the match. We're going to see lots of tactical going back and forth, trying to make the others make mistakes.
Laat de stil vallen. Als je kunt, tuur eerst. Curl.
Trying to curl just a little bit outside, trying to get that back to the center line. And
I think it's touching the center line there.
It's close. Yeah,
It's
our
very
camera
close.
isn't directly behind the center line, so it's very hard to say. We will have to let the skips make the judge of that, if that indeed the ticker rule does come into play. Fan favorite Yami starting things off for Hananen here in the second.
Hey, no se vielä! Linja paranee.
Trying to get this one to curl over behind it, behind that yellow guard.
Wow.
I think it gets it about a little less than half buried.
10.
Timo asking for a hit and roll, get the shooter to roll out to the edge of the stone, edge of the house.
Yep. Oh. Lina. Oh. Go.
It's a curl at the last
Go.
moment.
Go. Go. Go.
Look at that.
Geen rol, geen rol.
We don't want the roll, of course, because now it
Point
invites Haninen to do the same hit and roll right here, and it's they were pointing for.
Philip.
Calling for Wille to
Animal.
sweep, so try to get it to curl
Hey,
over
hey,
a bit.
hey, 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 hey.
They will find a roll,
But
it rolls
a
too
little bit
much.
too much comes out the other side.
10.
You know, those little mistakes can be, I think, play huge in these in this matchup. I mean, two of the top teams at this level, they don't let mistakes get unpunished very
Ho,
often.
ho, ho, ho. Curl.
This one trying to curl it
Oh.
over so they can get some of their own
Run.
roll back.
Ho. Ho, geen rol, geen rol.
Nope. Stays outside, rolls out to the edge of the house.
Geen pip. Mooi.
Valtteri being tasked to take this one out.
Valtteri doing the interviews with team. Probably hoping he can give a nice
Yummy.
post-game
Hey,
winners
hey,
interview after this one.
Philip. Hey, hey. Out.
Catches it on the nose. Shooter sits. Yellow is gone.
10.
So we're going to see more or less the same shot here
Maar straks
from
vielen die wel goed aan.
Team Verreken. Maybe they're going to come indicating coming inside out instead of outside in. We really just want the shooter nose hit set up there on the edge. So just like Yami is a fan favorite in Finland with this team, with our Finnish audience, Tour here in Belgium is one of the fan favorites. We get quite a lot of his friends coming into the Belgian League matches,
Mooi. Goed gepakt.
calling him the GOAT. But they are also very quick to turn on him if he does something wrong. So
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's a very love-hate relationship, and it's makes for entertaining chat sometimes. But they're Tour doing Tour things and getting that red one out, holding the shooter.
Hey. Job. Hey. Pienta. Yummy.
Get this to curl over,
Yep,
so maybe
good
it stays. And it does. Nice stone there from Valtteri.
Het valt gelijk als daar straks. Op het einde gaan ze goed. Dat niet veel meer uit als je dat ik aan u heb gegeven. Fractie minder. Dan
Timo's going to show,
gaat ze als snelheid goed is.
do
kunnen
the
ze
same
laten
thing as
vallen.
Tour. Just try to get this one to get rid of the red, stick out there on the edge of the house. Maybe force Team Hananen to do something different. Sweepers have this one. This one's going to roll a bit into the house. Does the job, gets rid of the red. Now Wille's turn to join in on the hitting action.
Hey. Job. Ei! Ei! Pientä! Pidä! Pidä! Pidä!
This one's going to hit just inside of the nose and roll a little bit, but not enough to get behind that guard. Yeah, sets up a possible hit and roll for Timo.
Maar zo!
Going to come from inside out.
Ik denk als ik hier zit, gaat hem niet vallen. Geen idee hoeveel dat hem gaat vallen daar. Probleem. Dan valt hem. Oh.
Little correction with the broom, like a little bit more
Vorige was een
ice.
fractie trager. Yep. Hard.
Immediately on the sweep, Dodd trying to hold this line. Going to curl too much. Yeah, that's going to catch on the nose. A little bit outside, rolls further away. It's going to make that hit and roll for Vila just a little bit harder. See Timo indicating that maybe he was a little bit to the right with his release.
Pidä vaan! Pidä! Joo.
Trying to hold this one straight. It's going to catch it. Is it going to roll? It does. Comes out the other side of the guard. Opportunity for Team Vareken again to try to roll it back underneath their own guard.
This is a hit and roll end here.
Yep. Who is going to get it first?
Is it the man with the cap or the man with the beanie?
Yep. Oh.
This one just inside of the nose, trying to curl it over a bit. And it gets the roll, but then peeks out the other side. Good effort. It's going to bring that guard a little bit into play, but
Siinä olisi hakilla kuitenkin rolli taakse. Pelataan vaan. Se on kakkosen hyökkäys kuitenkin. Tämä on vähän isompi. Siinä on marginaali kuitenkin se, että
not going to have a lot of weight on this one. They're going to try to limit the roll. Looking at where they're setting up the brooms, probably going to be just about hack weight. Maybe a little bit firmer than that. Anything on the left side of the nose should be pretty good here.
Leaning a bit to just make sure. Control that curl.
Trying to get this one to curl over now. Is it going to get over onto that part of the nose? No, it's going to be just on the outright edge of the nose, so falls away from the guard. So Team Vareka's final stone, Jeroen, trying to get this one buried. At the very least, getting rid of this red one, potentially forcing Hana into their own single.
Go!
Trying to get this to curl over. Seems a little bit firm.
Okay. Team 4.
Right, so will Hananen go for the blank? Will they take the one?
Yeah, they might.
Mä lähden tästä sitten kuselle suoraan.
I think the way they're setting up is probably going to be a little bit of a fairly firm stone. with the possibility of forcing it to roll out.
Yup.
Keeping this to make sure it holds the line. And rolls it out.
We have a blank end here.
Blank for Hananen means no points, but they do get to keep the hammer going into the next end, so bit of a strategic decision there. Saw somebody run off the ice. He's running by the booth.
Yes.
Must have forgotten something. Traditionally have like a minute between ends. There's no time clock, so not too much to worry about. Don will be leading it off for Team Veraken here in the third as they lead at 1-0 over Team Hananen.
Man is mooi. Ah,
So we're kind of
als hem
indicating
zeker
it
in het
might be a
huis is, doe
little
maar
bit
één
heavy.
dan. Stuur
saying
eerst
this-
wel.
If it's going to be in the house for sure, let's get it down close to the 4 foot. Just keep it above the T line. And there it is. Matthias has rejoined the team out on the ice, where he will have to sweep. Or not. Typical Skip, leaving it to
Skips, don't sweep.
no. Hit and slight roll there for Team Hananen to start. Good stone from Yummy.
Yeah, getting compliments on his skipping performance with this stone here. Maybe they were just saying, see, Skip, we don't need you. We know what to do.
That's so hard.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. Go. We gaan moeten rollen. Oké.
Takes
10,5.
out the red. Sits in there right in front of the 4 foot. I think we have another hitting demonstration going on here. See how well we can hit. Well, we can hit just as well.
It almost feels like they have a plane to catch here, because with this kind of game, this final really has a good pace.
Oh, you don't have a lot of stones in play. There's not a lot to think about sometimes. Hits that one out of the way, rolls back to the outside. So now we're going to see Tour with the hit and roll back to the middle.
Hit and roll is the trend word in this final so far.
Yep. Yep. Oh. Clean up. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard.
Needs to hold
Hard.
this one.
Geen rol.
Don't sweep the roll. They want to let this one die in the house. There it goes. And Matthias setting the broom up. Let's get rid of this yellow one here.
Get rid of the stone once more.
Try to give some updates from the other matches going on at the moment.
Pienta. Pienta.
This one also, there it goes. Not much of a roll, no roll there, but gets the job done.
Oh, oh. Go. Oké,
Swing
oké,
and curl,
oké.
don't want it to roll out.
Alle gezien? Blijf er nog juist zitten.
That one, unfortunate. Oh, no. Spoke too soon.
Was
Hashtag John's
9-3.
wrong. Was going to say, unfortunately, that one rolls out. Does not. Stays halfway in the house.
Anka 9. 9. Yup. Feet up. Feet up.
Watching out, watch. Ooh, that was a close encounter with Team Hurtman there.
Catches that yellow, rolls it back to the inside, bringing the
Erg gevonden toen het
hitting
gedaan
game
doen.
back to the middle of the house.
Oh, dit is echt zo saaiend.
Timo say not a very interesting end. I'm slightly inclined to agree. Someone's going to blink, someone's going to miss soon though, and we'll
Girl.
see some new tactics, I think.
Oh.
Gets rid of the red, rolls the yellow a little bit to the outside. So now Villa's turn to get in on the hitting in this end.
Yup.
The only thing that is worth mentioning is with all of these takeouts,
Yup.
teams don't build up information on T-line
Nou,
right
één
here.
daarmee.
Nope. Oops, it's throwing heavier weights, so that could come into play later in the end, later in the match when, yeah, they're needing to throw guards, they're needing to curl things, draw things around. They won't really have that weight.
Whoa. Whoa. Girl. Girl.
This one to curl so it doesn't shoot out of the house. This one, though, is going to roll out of the house. And we are back to square one in this end. Nothing in play, nothing in the house. 5 stones remaining in total.
So no more hit and rolls for now.
Vähän tilaa. Oota. Hyvä. Hyvä.
Just going to creep in just behind the tee line.
14.
I can see over on sheet C in our bronze medal match that Team Raju leads 2-1 over Team Hurtman. They have just begun the 4th end over there. That match, as well as the 5th place match, started about 15 minutes earlier than this one. So they're a little bit further ahead.
Go. Go. Oh, maar die is stevig. Oh, my.
Slides out of the house, clears it again. We're back to square one yet
Ihan
again.
sama onko se pesässä sinä, ota tosta noin. Se hyökkää, Villellä oli tossa merkki. Se hyökkää keskeltä, niin vähän lisää. Siinä.
I see over on sheet A in our 5th place match, Team Dala scored 1 in each of the first 2 ends, so they lead at 2-0 over Team Hungaria. They are in the 3rd end.
Dala still looking for their first win in this tournament. They had the game against Hungary yesterday evening. Hungary was able to win that game, ending 5th in the group, and now they have a replay to decide who is going to be the real fifth in this tournament.
Trying to curl this one over to the edge. Outer part of the house. We've commented on that interesting curl sweep style that Team Hananen uses. It's really just leaning on the broom as hard as they can and brushing towards the outer part or along with a curl of the stone.
Oh. Go! 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 Go!
Want to hold this shot in the house? Is it going to? No, just does not quite get over. Does get rid of the red, so either a force to one or another blank here for Team Hananen. If you're in that situation, Pim, what do you do?
Verrassen.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because maybe they will just go for the blank. I think that's the case. I think if you want to choose which ends you want to take the hammer, perhaps you want to have the even ends. So by blanking this one, they get the hammer and even ends again.
Yep. Yeah, only trailing by one. No need to put points on the board just for the sake of putting a point on the board. Controlling the hammer, I think, is the most important at this part of the match, and that's what they do. Just throw this one straight down the middle, and that is going to be another blank. Team Hananen will retain the hammer going into the fourth end.
Not a lot of big mistakes so far. Maybe some minor details, but I think both teams playing pretty solid. I still remember, I think, 2 mistake outs from Team Hananen. The one that was in between the gap, and then a second one.
Yep. And then you had the slight misses from Team Vareka, where they had the shooters roll out of the house where they wanted them to stay. So Donna's going to be leading things off here in the fourth end for Team Vareka. Still 1-0 after a pair of blanks. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more action going in this end.
Okay. Jeroen eerst. Jeroen eerst. Okay, mooi.
Great opening stone from Don. Nice center guard right there on the center line, just outside the house. Yami being asked to put a corner guard out there on the left.
Linja hyvä. Linja tiukka. Jätä.
This one's a little bit light. It's going to stay quite high and kind of curl out towards the edge. I'd like that one a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the house. And now Team Vareka going to try to go into the house behind their own stone.
Gewoon rustig laten doen.
Seems a bit outside. Is this gonna get have enough time to curl? Yep, it does. There it goes. Try to sweep this one so it keeps that curl going. Oh, great stone right there. Middle of the 8-foot, right behind the guard.
And again, very good setup here.
Welcome back, Klaus. From Kispas, Canada. I hope I said that probably not right. Canada is always a tough one for me to say.
Yeah.
Linja tosi hyvä. Paina vaan.
Thank you for the kind words. Glad you were able to catch the final.
Tulee vielä.
What were his
Kiinni asti,
words?
Kiinni asti, kiinni asti.
Thank He's been watching most of the week. Happy to
Yeah.
be able to catch the final. Ice still looks good. Nice curling club, and thanks to the commentary.
These are indeed
Yep.
very kind words. Thanks for that. Thanks for tapping in for this final here in Belgium. We have a couple of Canadians playing in our leagues as well.
A couple?
I think Wayne is one
Well,
of them.
Wayne is retired.
We used to have a team
Yes.
in the Belgium league
Called the
that-
Canadians.
Called the Canadians.
Yes, true. Wayne, our most senior Canadian, he is retired at the moment. Might come back, but for now, mostly just enjoys watching. Nope. Would help if I swap to the right skip microphone.
Okay.
Starting to build up a little bit of a pile in the middle there.
Hakki! Marginaalisuoja! Tuo OK!
Right, if I understand Finnish, and I don't, I'm guessing that they're going to try to tap their own red one in the house, and if they are tight and hit the guard, that's also okay.
Jop! Jop! Kova! Pidä! Pidä! Pidä!
Really, really holding this one, trying to keep it around that guard.
Oh
Just
no!
next the guard.
So close. Sweepers were trying everything to avoid that stone from clipping the guard, but unfortunately it did. No big mistakes from both teams, but
Het ding
think
is, als ze dit hier iets mee doen,
Haninen is
kunnen we altijd volgen.
slightly
Hè?
less efficient or slightly less accurate on some of the stones here.
Eventueel deze gewoon tot hier tikken. Dat wij hier blijven liggen.
Looking at the option of a nose hit on the red to tap the yellow just a little bit deeper.
Daar!
Possibly slide the red one a little bit outside.
2, 1.
Don't think that is what they are going with on this one.
Lijn is mooi.
We see Timo frequently in the Belgian league, and even sometimes I don't understand what he's calling because he doesn't always verbalize what he's doing. He just points sometimes with the broom, and it's not always clear.
I think and I hope his teammates
Curlers
know
come.
what he's saying.
Yep. This one guarding
Oh.
over it. Okay.
Oké.
All right. And sometimes when he's talking about what shots he wants to throw, he waves his broom around, and it throws me off because he's not necessarily calling anything with his broom, but
Yeah, he's just kind of gesturing. Body language is important, and the broom is an extension of the curler's body.
Kentä! Jop! Joo!
Very important one.
Joo! Pidä! Ei! 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 Irti! Jami!
trying to get that to curl over a bit more.
Varmaan vähän kova.
Gets rid of the yellow, but the shooter also rolls out
Ik
of the
denk hier
house.
blijven liggen hebben we niks aan. Dus een klein beetje naar hier rollen. Eventueel tot hier.
That red shot is exposed.
10 is goed, ja. Maar misschien een fractie meer.
Don't think they're going to be able to
10.
roll over enough underneath that yellow. Nope, that red is poking right next to it, so that would stay exposed. So maybe they're hoping it rolls a bit away.
Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep.
Trying to hold this one around. Supers are working really hard. Yep, got this one around the guard. Gets rid of the yellow or red. Yellow rolls
Excellent
a
stone
little
here.
bit further away from those guards. That stone there from Timo. Although look on his face says indicates something else.
I think he was indicating that was not pretty enough. As he did in the previous game.
Pientä! Ei! Jami! Ei! Pidä! Pidä! Yup!
Stone's curling over. Is it going to hold?
It rolled too
Nope.
deep.
That is going to roll too far out. Try to get that one out close to the edge. Make it difficult to
Ralf!
roll underneath.
Ja, ik kan eraan, ja.
Red is lying
Het ding
shot
is, als
at
wij
the moment.
voorgaan, dan gaan zij er waarschijnlijk achter komen.
But it is exposed, and I think
Wat zal dat zijn?
Yellow.
Snelheid?
is still looking to get on the. No, yellow is
They're off
sitting
the board.
there.
I think they're trying to go. Timo was suggesting if like, they try to hit and roll and it doesn't make it, then they're going to follow, or they're going to just draw around behind these guards. So I think they're going to try to take advantage, be the first one to get to the get closer to the button. So they don't have the hammer. Utilize those guards in front of the house.
Vuur eens. Hold on.
All about the curl here.
It's the weight.
Go,
Shoot.
go, go.
Trying to work the curl now. Trying to get it hidden behind those stones.
Oh, sorry jongens.
Beautiful on the pin, but
Yeah, I don't
unfortunately
think
it's
this is-
exposed.
Yeah.
Haakki vai 11?
Going for a hack weight there.
This is indeed an invite for a little tap and stay.
Hey! Ja! Hey! Pidä! Pidä!
Just have the weight to get down there, though.
Ja, ja! Pidä vaan! Pidä,
Looks
pidä, pidä!
okay.
Oma
Yep,
jatkuu,
this is
oma
gonna be just
jatkuu!
fine.
Oma jatkuu, mulla tämä! Jätkä,
It's
jätkä,
going to
jätkä,
roll away from those guards, though. I see Timo indicating, let's do a hit and roll. Let's try to get rid of this and get over. I see the third place game. They have finished the fourth end, have not put the score up yet. Just taking their quick intermission. And over on sheet A, Team Hungaria scored 3 in the third to take a 3-2 lead over Team Dala there. They are in the fourth at the moment.
Yep! Yep! Hard! Hard!
Hold this line. They
Hard!
don't want it to roll too far. Needs to roll far enough, though. Oh, what
excellent.
shots.
4 in a row there. And they are set up for a steal. And the only thing here is it's behind T-line, so there is a spot, and this is where you can see them tap the broom. There is a spot where they can try and draw.
Yep, they are going to be going for it. There's plenty of room. Just need to make sure they have the weight to get it to curl, get on top of the nose there.
You can see Jeroen being mildly happy with the stone there.
Are you kidding? That's downright ecstatic for him.
It's, you love to see the boy smile.
You can see almost all of his teeth. That's
And somewhere tucked in between those two big boys, there is a lead player for Team Vreken, a little general there, Dan, who is playing a very good tournament so far.
Gonna hold this line. Gonna make sure it gets down there. Yami turning in, trying to help this curl over. Weight is good, unfortunately, just not curling enough to get behind anything.
Yeah, it is on the pin, but I think with the hack weight, indeed, you can make the roll. Close game. We are.
Zoveel valt. Sorry, iets minder nog pakken.
Close to the middle of the game here. Only 1 point on the board. So everything can still happen in this game.
Oh. Curl. Curl.
To make this one curl, they gotta make sure it doesn't jam
Len,
on that red on the yellow.
Len.
Trying to tap it
Nee, je
around.
kunt niks veel doen.
Oh no. I think this is worst case. It's stuck deeper. It's behind the guards. It's sitting there on the pin with a little bit of backing. I think this is worst case for Team Vreken to miss it in this kind of way.
Yep. Opportunity for 2 here. Matthias just needs to throw that same stone he just threw.
Yeah, and quote before this game is, if you miss, it's better to miss it on the right side. But this was definitely a miss on the wrong side here for Team Vreken.
Yep.
And a little break for Team Hanenen. Not easy though to still score 2. It needs to be a very decent guard, but a minor mistake, or minor is maybe putting it light.
No, that was a big one. And this one, it needs to get onto the button. It's open, but it needs to get there. Is that going to have too much weight?
Feels heavy.
That is heavy. So
also a minor mistake here. Just 1 point. They didn't abuse the mistake from Team Vreken here, but interesting though. What a close game, John. I think it's so hard to predict who is going to be on top. We've had a very fast-paced game so far. Players are going to have a little 4-minute break, so we can hop back to the booth and present the viewers with our opinions and our expertise here.
Well, they've been having to listen to us this whole time, but you know, we're going to do it anyway.
Yep.
What am I doing here?
No problem. It's fine.
Okay.
I was
pointing at something to click on, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait, what? So I have my little control pad here, just so you guys know. So, I mean, pretty tight back and forth. We saw the 2 blank ends. Couple of mistakes at the end there of that fourth end. Team Vreken tapping that one over, leaving an open button for Matthias to draw to from Team Hanenen, but a little bit heavy, carried it past, so they're only able to get 1 and tie things up. So hammer goes back to Team Vreken after the break.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen that much big mistakes. All kind of very, very well executed stones, minor things, but then that mistake of your rune in and number 4, they were really set up for a good steal. But then suddenly, by missing that takeout, they really tapped the stone from Team Hanenen in a spot where it was shot. It was a final stone from Team Vreken, so there was nothing they could do about it, and they gave Hanenen an open opportunity to score that extra point, score 2, and fortunately for Team Vreken, they left it short, or basically they threw it too hard. But 1-1. That is a very, very small tie here. 4 more ends to go, and it's close to
anyone's
impossible.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we've seen a lot more cautious play from both teams.
Mhm.
That those two blank ends really just got into a hitting match and trying to see, maybe they're just trying to feel the ice out, try to get it to warm up, to get faster again. Excuse me. And but yeah, we didn't see that same kind of aggressive play or forward play that we saw in the group stage. Maybe they're
Mhm.
thinking about it. It's like, yeah, there's prize money on the line. This is for the title. There is no more matches after this. So, winner takes home 1,200 euros. The second place takes home 800.
Yeah.
Maybe they're thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Team Verreken is having the approach, let's go for the conservative setup, wait for that one opportunity where an opponent makes a mistake and you can actually abuse that mistake and take some points. But yeah, there weren't that many huge mistakes from both teams to kind of fest on. So yeah, I think it will be a close game. And for viewers and for us, that is also what we like to see, games where it's equally balanced. It's a 50-50 chance. There's not one team dominating the other. It goes all the way up to the final end, the final stone, important stones. And that could be a dream scenario for a final to have that tension, that arc in build up towards those final ends here.
Oh yeah, we always want it to go to the last stone, no matter who wins. Even extra ends. At this point, it's still mid-afternoon. It's fine. Yesterday, our last session of the day, we had go to extra ends, and it was it was in the middle session yesterday. But either way, we had a late session go to extra ends, and it was tiring.
Was the first session? Was the
Okay,
morning
whatever it
session?
was. Okay.
Yeah, the second session
All
was
right, but
the
the
fast
third,
one. Yeah,
but the third session was longer and almost went to extra ends.
yeah, correct.
We were tired after that long day yesterday, but today there's no more curling after this. Everybody gets to go home and relax. Same with including us, but we're looking forward to it. They are back out on the ice and ready to go, so we are going to hop back out there
To the
We're
far
gonna go
camera.
Far camera. And as Yami will start things off for Team Hananen here in end number 5.
Keskisuoja.
So welcome to all of the viewers tapping in on the stream. You're watching the World Curling Tour Belgium Men's Challenger played here at Curling Club Zemst. We had 6 teams competing for the big prize. Team Verreken and Team Hananen are playing the finals here. But then we also have Team Raju from India, Team Hertman from Poland, Team Dalle from Belgium, and the Hungarian men.
Yep. So over on sheet C is the third place, is a bronze medal match between Team Hertman and Team Raju. They are just starting the 5th end themselves and trying to get us look at the score. Somebody's standing in the way. I believe it is 3-2 for Team Hertman over there in that match. And over in our 5th place match, they are in their intermission. They have not yet put up their 4th end score, so not sure what it is. After 3, it was Team Hungaria leading 3-2 over Team Dalle.
Etu puna, etu valko.
To be honest, after those 2 blank ends, I was kind of wondering if were we going to see how many blank ends were we going to see in this match? Not to say that they're done throwing up blanks. Could be a very Brendan Botcher type match where if he doesn't like the setup, he'll play for a blank. He doesn't care if it's a 2-1 final score. One going into the house, but not making it around behind the guard.
Going
with a hackway here, trying to get this stone to roll behind the guard.
Lina, yep. Oh. Go.
Starting to
Blijven gaan,
curl.
blijven gaan,
Oh, that's
blijven
going
gaan.
to look
Laat een klein
very
rood
nice.
doen.
That's going to tick just over. Oh, beautiful stone
Oké,
from
mooi.
Don. Diaz saying, let's draw one on top of it. And the corner freeze to allow us to move things over. Fourth and score has been put up over on sheet A. Team Hungary stole 2 in the fourth, so they lead that one 5-2 over Team Dollar. They are in the fifth end over there.
Ei. Pidä. Mahtuu. Pidä. Ei. Ville. Ville.
Want to get this one to curl over just a little bit.
Pushing the yellow one on the pin there.
Timo counting up his stones, saying, okay, can we hit now? Yes, we can. So let's start peeling off some of these guards.
10. Yep. Yep. Go. 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 Oh, oppassen met de rol. Zit.
I was kind of hoping to get that shooter to stack up with that yellow guard over there to kind of build up a double corner. Just slides past. Opens things up in the middle.
Kympillä tosta jäis omat missaamalla varma 2. Entä jos tuut määriksen tähän? Marginaali näin.
So looking at tapping that red back onto the yellow, setting up a guard,
Ja.
splitting the reds.
Tälle kohdalle.
Looking like they're going to tap the red back onto the yellow. That makes the most sense. They don't have the hammer. They want to keep the center clogged up there.
Jätä. No ja hyvä. Tuo vaan. Ei okei, linja meni.
No. Hashtag John was wrong. It was actually a guard the whole time.
10.
Looking to move these reds out of the way. Hopefully a shooter will slide over underneath the guard there.
Jep. Oh. Oppassen met de rol. Ah, oké.
Yeah, we were about to see what was happening, and then Tuur jumped up and
Nope.
blocked the view.
Well, the shooter does roll underneath that yellow guard. The red, one of the reds goes out of the house. The other one's staying there in, but does slide off away from the center.
Jop. Pidä. Ei. Pidä. Jatka oma.
Going to hit on the nose, roll a little bit towards the left.
Ah, dat is te moeilijk hè. Ga waarschijnlijk hier tegen tikken. Deze zou ik niet doen. Ik zou eerder naar hier rollen.
So I think they're going to come inside out onto that right red one. Roll the shooter off the other way.
Ja, probeer naar de andere kant toe te rollen. Naar de middelste, ja. Dus... Nee, we gaan zo spelen. En we proberen van hier dan helemaal naar daar toe te rollen.
Yep. Basically expecting the shooter to go over the top of the shot stone. Kind of split things in the house.
Yep. Oh.
That
there
works.
It goes. And is that going to sit in the house? There it does. Yes, stays right there in the
Perfectly
8
executed
foot.
there.
Exactly what Timo wanted.
Siihen jää tupla, mutta ei oo oikein muutakaan.
Now, since that one is about level with the shot stone, it would be very difficult for them to roll this over on top of their own red. Possibly going to leave their shooter out on the edge there as well.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do some kind of no-shit, have a split situation and making Team Vreken choose.
This one looks a bit outside. If it catches that yellow, it's going to go away itself. So, yep, that's what happens. Getting rid of the yellow, but the shooter goes, so... Now Vreken will be able to take care of this red. Try to keep their shooter in, keeping the house split.
Now I keep watching that little twist there from Buur.
Yeah.
Consistently doing that.
And I see Piotr from Team Hertman standing in the background spinning his madly. Alright, unfortunately, this one nose hit, so does not roll away like they would like it.
No toki ei, jos me menetetään, niin nehän kiertää tänne. No sit, ei sillä sinänsä ole väliä, että onko se stickki vai siitä 10 siis.
So,
hyvä.
My guess is they're going to try to roll this underneath those yellows, but if it sits on the nose, it's also not the worst thing.
Not the end of the world, like Timo would call it.
Nyt tavallaan päästään edes lähemmäs ja...
I keep waiting for someone in chat to correct me and say, no, you got that exactly wrong.
It is the end of the world.
Hey! Oh! Oh! Hola!
So, technically a roll, but not enough to get that hidden.
Dit kan ook.
So,
Okay.
they're going to be looking for a hit and roll. Either side is okay.
10.
Most protected side would be obviously going back to the right, getting underneath those yellows.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
They're making sure to hold this one. Got to get some roll out of it. Not enough, though.
Not the roll they were hoping for. And could be hit and roll behind those guards, and that could be a very useful stone for Team Haninen. They were able to make that shot.
Yeah, if they're able to get this one to stick underneath, those yellow guards, then they can force
Nää ei oikeastaan
Vareken
tarvii
to
pelätä
one.
sitä rollia, kun se ulos. Koska se on käytännössä
However, they've
2, jos se rolli
got to
ei oo
limit how
takana.
far it comes out, because if it goes too far out, then it could still
Ihan
be
vähän
a
pienempi, ihan vähän.
easy hit
Joo,
for two.
joo, vähän kovempaa.
Or let's say an open hit. Should never say easy.
There, yeah.
Ei!
It's not going to stay in the house. Just didn't curl over enough. So
Big opportunity here for Team Verreken. It's basically wide open house to score two. Not a lot of things that could go wrong. It's just about finding the weight, and the sweepers can do the rest.
I'd be willing to say the only thing that can really go wrong would be is if it picked up something on the ice and suddenly stopped or turned. But I think that's why you're going to see Don sitting there cleaning, keeping the...
Voi laten doen,
Or he was, and then decided not to, so...
laten doen, laten doen.
It seems fine. It's definitely in the house, and it's not too heavy. So that's 2 points for Team Verreken. Well executed.
Trying to sweep, yep, just for
You can
just
do
for
that.
fun. Every so often, you just have to put a little giggle. All right, good end there from Team Vareka to take two. They're going to jump into a 3-1 lead over Team Hanan, and our first crooked number on the board of the match. Quite the tight affair. Really, it was just that one last stone from Matthias that rolling out could have forced a play for one, but both teams showing they're just staying focused, staying on trying to make as few mistakes as possible and take advantage of any ones the other team happens to make.
Yeah, in terms of strategy, I think Team Hanan will have to build in maybe a bit more risk into their plans, and they have 3 more ends to close that gap. Although I think 2 points is not that much. They should have the hammer in even ends.
Yep, Don leading things off here in the 6th for Team Vareken. After scoring 2 in that 5th end. They lead Team Hanan in 3-1. Still anybody's match. Both teams playing fairly close to the vest.
Lijn is wat krap.
Going to come into the house, so they're going to try to get this one a little bit as deep as they can. Stops on the center line
Nosti
in the
aika
12 foot.
hyvin.
On our Instagram account, Curia TV, we ran a poll to see which team is fan favorite. So far, it's also close in that poll, but Team Hanan is the modest favorite with
Linja hyvä. Nosta.
54% of the votes.
Nosta vaan. Hienoa. Hyvä heitto.
Very nice corner guard there from Yami to open up the end for Team Hananen.
Joo.
Trying to go in behind this Yellowstone in the house. Try to put 2 in there. Clog up the middle.
Lijn is mooi. Oké. Lijn zit. Tuur eerst. Tuur. Arthur.
Keeping this one for line, trying to make sure it stays around that
Wisselos kan.
yellow. Looks pretty good. Now they're going to switch and try to sweep this one deep. Oh, look at that. Right on the pin. Great job from the thrower and the sweepers.
At some point,
That
it
is
feels like we're getting used to down throwing these killers of stones, but hey. He stays so calm. It's not like he's, yeah, of course, this is super.
I think with that second stone being so good, Yami being forced to throw a takeout, try to clean some of that up. Don't let them get a chance to build up something big.
Spreading the legs so we can see perfectly what stones is going to hit which ones. But only
Get
one.
rid of that top yellow. Leaves the shooter in the house.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, shooter is in the house. It's also a bit on the side, which is nice when you're the hammer. You don't want to kind of replace one center guard for another.
Yep. Skip for Team Vareka. Timo just saying, let's hit and roll. Get rid of this one. Try to roll the shooter back over the top of ours.
Quick call for line here.
No. Looks like it might over curl. It's going to catch a little bit on the outside. Don't want too much on the outside. Misses the jam. And the shooter is biting the house. That one I'm fairly confident to say is biting.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Linja hyvä. Jami.
Line is good. So we're one
Voima vaan, linja
finish
tulee, ole
lesson
hyvä.
for the weekend.
Nosta sitten. Nosta tee. Nosta vaan. Joo. Nosta. Kaikki nosta. Joo. Nosta.
To curl that one around. Felt that he's standing in the way. There we go. Fairly well covered, but still reachable with
Hek.
hack
Voor de
right
guard
there.
rollen naar binnen.
Moving the guard and rolling back in is also okay.
Lina. Hold on. Lina. Oh, girl.
Needing this one to curl,
Blijven
trying
gaan
to
dan.
help it over.
Looks okay.
Blijven gaan.
Good stone
Okay.
here from Tuur. And
gonna
shooter sticks.
Little mild bit of backing for that yellow in the center, so definitely something that Team Honanen has to consider when looking for a takeout.
Yup. Hey. Ja. Pidä. Pidä vaan. Pidä. Hey.
Gets
Joo,
it
ihan hyvä siinä.
on the wrong side of the nose, so it jams. Shooter stays the shot, but it is open.
Het zou kunnen
Nou,
zijn dat hem aan deze kant niet zoveel valt. Hè.
Bereken
Eenmaal
immediately
hierover
setting
gaat
the
hij nog
broom there.
iets gaan doen.
Take out.
Tien.
Right, update from our fifth place match.
Nee,
Team
tot aan de
Hungary
zijkant van het rood is prima
stole
voor mij.
one in the fifth. So they lead Team Dallas 6-2. They're in the sixth end.
Nice.
over on sheet C, Team Raju scored 2 in the 5th, so they lead Team Hertman 4-3. Excuse me. But they are also in the 6th end.
Yep. Oh, clean up. Yep. Oh.
Goes. Trying to get some space. Clears things out. Nice stone from Timo. Of course, he's not happy.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent stone there.
Schietswilte. Hey! Hey!
There it is.
Jamie!
Trying to curl that
Hello.
over. Gets it over onto the nose. And Timo just coming in. They're going to get rid of this red one again.
Ja. Het ding is, je moet hem gewoon hebben. Er is volgens mij niet echt een goed plekje waar dat je naartoe kunt rollen. Ik denk zo dat de nose hit nog gewoon het beste is.
Timo saying that not really sure where's a good place to roll it, so I think the nose is the best for this shot. I mean, I paraphrase, of course. He did say the nose is the best.
Whoa. Lina! Yep! Yep!
And there he has it, the nose hit as the Yellowstone comes in from off on sheet A. Good catch by Matthias.
Hey! Yup!
Dealing with this last stone of this 6th end.
Ah! Hey, jatku.
Trying to find a good roll here. It's not rolling
go,
in
yeah.
shot position.
Nope, goes a little bit too far. There is that guard higher up that's kind of protecting it a little bit, not fully. And I think with the distance between it, not too hard to get back at it.
Yep! Hard!
Need to get this one around that guard.
Go!
There it goes.
Oh, nice.
Can't roll. Good.
Very good stone. Excellent sweeping there from Turendan.
Solid stone here.
Niin. Heitetään vaan kivi tähän näin, se on ykköskivi.
He's trying to control his excitement there.
Inhottava poisto.
Oh, he is probably upset. He wanted that to roll 2 millimeters to the left and not to the right, so he's going to be very upset by that.
Ihan vähän hyyviä. Takapuna. Ota ihan vähän.
Aiken's done a pretty good job of controlling
Ihan
this
vähän
end.
pienempi, koska se ei aluksi nouse vielä.
Really putting
Joo,
pressure on
se haukkaa vasta lopussa.
Team Hananen to make their shots.
Yeah, and at this point it's not easy for Hananen to score more than one on their hammer end, and that is exactly what Freko wants.
They might even be forced to take one because that one yellow biting up at the top
Yeah, true. Almost forgot about that one.
And this one, they want to try to get it down, freeze up against that yellow. This is about the only way they can kind of try to score multiple points. Is that going to get there? No, leaves it a little short.
I think they're just trying to take it out here. Yeah. There's not a lot of stuff they
Deze kamer
can
is moeilijk.
do wrong now.
Er zit ongeveer zoveel tussen. Denk, eenmaal alles hier, is hem wel weg. 8.
Deciding that pushing it back, running it back between the two yellows is not very easy. So going to try to push this one out the side.
It's important not to miss this one here. It goes, of course, for every stone.
Two are on the broom, trying to hit this hard. Oh,
And that was a risk jamming it. So now Team Hannen, they have a shot at scoring 2 here. And 2 stones ago I was saying I don't know how they could score 2, but suddenly
That's how.
this is how. The clouds have gone and the sun is shining over the Finnish countryside. But of course they still have to make it.
Yeah, it felt like they wanted a peel and just didn't quite throw a peel weight. I almost think it was somewhere in between. Yeah, Frank coming in saying, "Yep, peely peely." Yes, that would have been a good one.
One of those rare misses here, but a very costly one. And we had a same miss. I think it was in end number, don't really recall, the one where Hannen scored one. Was the 4th end there.
Yep.
Where they were sitting very good, and suddenly, due to a miss with the last stone of Verreken, suddenly Hannen had a shot at 2. They only scored 1 then, but can they score 2 in this 6th end here?
This one looks pretty good.
It is.
Yep, nose hit, and there is 2.
2, and they are back in the game, and it is so close.
He asked for an 8-second peel. Yeah, that was not an 8-second peel that he threw. So I think that's where the difference was. Didn't quite have the weight on it.
Team Verreken, they're the type of team that will debrief over this situation because, again, same was the case in the 4th end. They were sitting in control. They were kind of deciding how those final stones could be played, and then due to a little mistake there, suddenly the tide changes.
Yep.
They had a small turnaround, and suddenly Team Hanneken came back from a lost position from the end perspective then.
Yeah, so all tied up at 3 after 7 ends. Team Verreken will have the hammer here in the 7th. That's going to be, it's going to be all to play for these last 2 ends. Will that play in the minds of Team Verreken? Will they look at this and go, we let it get away? Or will they shake it off and...
Yeah, I think in the case where Team Verreken would lose, they probably would look back and that's at the 4th end and the 6th end and count those mistakes as reasons why they let the victory slip away. But then, of course, that wouldn't do justice to all of the other ends where they did play well and they didn't allow Team Hanneken to get a result.
All right. Yami starting things off for Team Hanneken here in the 7th end. Let's see how these last couple of ends affect their the skip strategies. Get this one onto the center line, and they do. Good opening stone there from Yami.
Yeah. So assuming that each team will have only one hammer end, it's basically comes down to who is going to make most use of their hammer efficiency here.
Yep. Gone being asked to come into the house out on the corner, right by the, out on the side, but T line.
Lijn is oké.
Tuur did the twist for good luck.
This one is a bit heavy.
This feels heavy, indeed. And this is a rare mistake from our
Oh,
little
dit was
general.
goed en desnoods dingen hè.
As Matthias sweeps that one out the back of the house.
Niin. Puolivälikauko.
Everybody's allowed one mistake. No problem, but the only down thing is here it's very deep in the game, so
Yeah, I think when you make the mistake is just as important as what mistake you
Linja
make.
Linja hyvä.
And obviously doing it late in
Pidä
a
pelissä.
level match is not the time to be
Nosta.
making
Okei,
mistakes.
riittää. Linja tosi hyvä.
Alright.
Hieno.
Another good guard there from Yami.
double guard setup, so they are playing for a steal here. And is making sure this stone is clean.
Lijn is mooi.
Good line. Sweeper just kind of
Dude,
keeping
if-
it clean.
Go.
Trying to work that curl now.
Yeah, if this is
Curl.
deep and wide, could leave a hit and roll, so this needs to curl.
Goes just above the T line, but half open.
Etupuna.
Matthias not worrying about that one just yet. Gonna try to draw in on top of it.
Tiukka. Joo. Pidä. Linja
That
hyvä.
looks to be pretty good.
Linja hyvä jo. Ei enää. Nosta.
Starts to curl. They
Nosta
don't
vaan.
want to tap in yellow deeper.
Kaikki. Ei jatku.
Small tap and hurts.
Deeper's okay. I think they just don't want it on the outside where I tap it
Yep.
further underneath the guard. Decent stone there. All right, we do have an update over on sheet
Backline is
A.
voldoende.
Team Dalla scored 2 in the 6th, so that match is Team Hungaria 6, Team Dalla 4. They're in the 7th end. And over in our 3rd place, our bronze medal match, Team Hertman scored 1 in the 6th, so as they enter the
Tina.
7th end,
Hold
Team
on.
Hertman
Hold on.
and Team
Go.
Raju are tied at 4.
Close. And it's still important. You could say, well, it's just a third place match,
Land,
but there's a €200 prize difference.
Land.
That one's
Oh,
going
no.
to tap back onto there. That's the worst case
This
scenario.
is again worst case
Correct.
scenario, because look at this. To have a stone on the pin with 2 center guards. This is basically what you want if you're trying to seal. And that one yellow stone is a thing they want to have removed, because this is what Team Verreken would use to reach that shot stone.
Yeah, so now Team Hananen coming in with gonna try for the hit and roll. Get a 4th stone in that line of red on the center line.
Ei. Pidä. Ei. Ville.
Trying to get this to curl. They get off the nose. This one's gonna stay on the nose though.
Not the worst.
Oh,
good
kunnen
that
jullie
yellow
er
stone is,
openmaken, want het zijn veel
is
stenen,
gone
hè?
for
Kun je ook
Haninen.
gewoon dit doen?
Are they going to do kind of peel weight, run back?
Klein tikje maar.
They're going to try and do a hack weight and get something there in the forefoot. Looks to be that second option. Or allowing to have those guards sitting there.
Lijn is wat krap. Lijn. Ho dan, ho, ho. Go. Go. Ho, ho, lijn, lijn, lijn.
Needs to hold the line. This one's curling. Now they're going to try to get this as deep as they can. Get this on top of that red.
And Tuur might have just saved the day here with this stone.
Very, very good stone there.
Big relief over on Verreken's side. And Tuur knows. Alright. Job well done. Well, I just threw with the skip ask like what's the big fuzz here? But yeah, that was indeed pretty important.
Op! Pielka! Pida, pida!
10th,
Kom op!
7th end here.
Joj op! Joj op! Joj op! Joj op! Pida, 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 pida! Tarke.
Now, the thing is, I think Haninen might also be fine with Verreken just scoring 1 on their hammer, because as I said, it's going to be hammer efficiency that might decide the fate of this game and this final. And if Verreken just score 1 on their hammer, Haninen would move on to the final end with the hammer, and just 1 point behind. It could be a situation they might like.
Yeah, I think so. They've got to consider that as well. Right now, they're sitting in a really strong position. I don't know how Verreken can really get anything in there to move that red out of the way unless they start opening it up.
Goat coming over to have a small peek and to accompany Timo back to the hacks.
Oh, I had the wrong skip needed.
Gewoon open speel dat die 2 achterste kaart weg zijn. Dan hebben we wel meer ruimte. 8.
Thought it was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
They're discussing something. Why aren't we hearing it? Did Timo mute himself? No, I just didn't unmute him.
Yep. Hard.
Trying to hold this line. Gets rid of these 2 reds. Very nice stone there. Seems counterintuitive to take away guards when you're sitting shot, but when you need to score more than 1 and you have the hammer, you want to leave it a little bit open.
Pitää tulla sitten punaiselle. Joo. Pidä vaan. Joo. Pidä loppuun asti. Pidä.
Getting around the guard.
Pidä. Hey.
I think it might overcurl
Yeah,
a
it
little
does.
bit.
As long as it's in front of that Yellowstone, it can still be used to clear the yellow one. And they have 3 stones in a pretty strong position there, so still important for Verreken to make good choices
Als je
here.
zo doet, volgen ze gewoon, dan moet je al dit gaan doen. Ze zitten nog altijd met een deze. Ja, klein rolletje zeker. Op het moment als je deze aanraakt, zit het heel slecht. Een andere idee kan al zijn om al dit te doen. Maar dan mogen die 2 sowieso nog wegkrijgen, dus misschien is deze wel het beste. Ja, ik ga zien hoeveel dat we zien. Klein rollen kan zeker geen kwaad. En ik denk zelfs dat ik het niet erg zou vinden om helemaal tot hier te rollen. Nee. Sowieso gek. Ik kan hem niet pakken met een 10. Hekwijd, rode en dan een beetje naar binnen rollen. Op de neus eigenlijk dan. Nee, klein beetje aan de binnenkant. Ja. Zie dat ze juist hebben gespeeld. Nee. Dat kan, maar ik zie er niet voldoende van om
I
er met
think
iets
if
van
they
gewicht.
can give their Yellowstone a small tap against the red one and stay there with the shooter, and that would strengthen their position there in the forefoot.
Yep, 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 yep!
Immediately calling for sweep. Want to hold this line. Trying to get it to curl. If the line's okay, want to get it to curl. Little bit of a nose hit, kind of sticks. Not terrible.
Who is hitting shots? Is it yellow? I think it is.
Yellow is sitting shot, yes. Yeah, a little bit more to the outside. They might have been able to double both of those reds out, which would have been a huge change for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, Hananen's kind of holding that red there, forcing to one. Gonna try to take the hammer going into the last. First, they have to get out of this end.
Yeah, and for them it's important also Vreken doesn't score 2 or more points, because every point they allow Vreken to score, that's one they will need to score as well in their last ends.
Linja hyvä!
Like a good stone here. Trying to bring this down as deep as they can. So now, if you're Team Vreken, what are you looking at?
Zo verleidelijk om deze te doen.
If you're Team Vreken, you're looking at ways to score an extra point here. Team was saying it's tempting to try and double it out, use our, I would say, cornerstone. It's up to Jeroen. I mean, this is a bit of a tricky shot, so it's important Jeroen feels comfortable with that shot.
Het is anders als je hier begint te tikken, die blijft hier liggen. Hè.
Yeah, there is a line. The risk is miss it inside. They might move both their yellows, and
zal ongeveer 2/3 zijn. Acht.
going for some weight on this one.
Oh. Go! Hey, land!
Need to hold this outside. Oh, and he gets it! He gets it! Wow. Not fully out, but moves it enough. And that was a huge stone. Look at that smile. That's like he might as well be jumping up for joy doing an air guitar.
Yeah. Tap on the shoulder from Tuur, well deserved, and yeah, important after some of those minor mistakes. Now throwing a very, very good stone, and suddenly they are setting at least one, maybe two, hard to see from this angle.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say that the 2 yellow right now, but yeah, it's really hard to say. The angle's not perfectly over the pin, so
Happy boy there.
yeah, that was such an incredibly difficult shot too.
And if Caro is watching,
Se
she
on vaan
will be
piru, jos mä sit
very
heitän
happy
sen
to see
takia. Näin.
Jeroen
Niin
smiling
tuonne
like
on jo
this.
tuolla valmiiksi 2 ja on määritty
But now, yeah,
3.
back to
3 ei kuitenkaan saisi antaa.
the brains of
Mut jos mä saan sen tähän
Team
näin, niin
Haninen.
sit ei
What are they
välttämättä
thinking
tuu
about? What is their call here?
vähän isompi merkki. Ja jos se on vaikka tässäkin näin, niin onko siinä 3? Onko täällä pitäis
Now
tulla...
they have to try with this last stone to
Entäs jos se
prevent the
jää se
3 house against, because then that would require them to score 3 in the 8th and to send it to extras.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, very important here
heilläkään
that
se, jos se jää vaikka tähän näin,
they do not
niin se ei oo
allow
helppo 3, kun se
Reken to
pitää
score.
tuolta heittää
Yeah,
se määris tonne.
And they have to look that the doubling of the yellows
se on
out
tässä, niin se
isn't
ei oo
always
kauhean
easy,
kiva
because I
heittää.
think that one yellow might jam. We look at
Joo.
the overhead. You can see that red one there could have the yellow jam on it, and then that would leave them sitting drawing for 2, possibly 3.
Niin, 10 omalla. 11. Ihan vaan suoraan. Se, muista tähän ei saa osua, että mieluummin vaikka ulkoposkia ottaa sieltä.
If only we knew what they were saying.
Well, it seems like they're going to try to tap this red one back onto the shot yellow. That would leave them shot and kind of have the shooter stick and leave it as a guard. So would take away a possible big end here, and even might get them a steal.
Pidä! Niin!
Looks okay. We're trying to get this to curl over. Now holding on the line. Oh, just a little bit too much angle there.
Yeah, finds the freeze though.
Yeah, it's
And
going to be difficult. Yeah, there's a little bit
mean-
over gap too. So if they run that red back,
it is sitting behind the guard. It is frozen. And the main question remains, is Team Verreken, are they going to be able to score
Dit
2
zou
here?
ik ook
Because if
kunnen
they
doen.
can only score 1, that is a good
Kun je
result
niks
for
meer mis
Haninen.
doen. Als je hem tegen de zijkant raakt, gaat deze naar hier. Dit is echt gewoon, je hebt het wit en dat is het. Kies maar.
two
Okay.
options here: draw to that little sliver of white showing up on the button, or try to hit and roll from that yellow.
Oké.
They're going for play for the draw.
Yeah. And not an easy draw. Kind of looking where this redstone is sitting, it basically has to touch white, and they also have their yellowstone kind of in the way. So this is going to be a small window of opportunities, and again, important to try and take that additional second point here.
Veel ruimte. Veel ruimte. Oké.
Not really happy with this one. Looks like it's a bit
Megan heeft
wide
nooit
and a
genoeg
little bit
ruimte.
heavy.
Curl, 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 curl.
That tap
curl,
over.
Curl, curl.
It does, but not enough weight
yellow.
behind it. So
1 yellow, and that is a hard-fought 1 yellow,
yeah,
but
that was an incredible sequence of stones there. We thought Jeroen with that hitting that angle double was setting that up, but then Matthias comes back, taps it forward, and narrows the scoring area down so tight they just can't get to it. So forcing for Team Verreken to 1. So
it's also a hard-fought 1 point for Haninen. I mean, it's not their point, but it kind of feels like that's a good result.
yeah,
for,
they worked very hard to get that put in that position. So now they're going to take the hammer going into the last end. They're down by 1, but they will have the last stone to shoot at it. So
Could we have an extra end here, or will Haninen show a good hammer efficiency, or will Verreken surprise? Well, maybe not surprise, but will they steal here? Will they surprise their opponents? We have Finnish fans in chat, obviously rooting for their their countrymen. I feel like this is one of those games where there is just no room for the slightest mistake.
No, no. This is the type of match we wanted to see. Yeah, Frank. Oops. Yeah.
Beter uit, nog altijd Jeroen eerst.
Here's like the Peach, our own Frank from our club here in Zemst, and also a teammate of Pim and I, saying, okay, now force and a hammer in 9. That is it. I'm pretty sure, though, they will want to just steal this end and and call it a night, or even a blank. The Team Vareka has that in their pocket, a blank, but blank or a force to 1.
And also nice to kind of wonder
Although
which team is the kind of most fresh after playing so many games, such a long weekend of matches.
Yep, 7th match here in 3 days. Things ended kind of late last night and it's starting up early this morning. So who is fresh? Who has something?
Yeah, Jeroen and Tuur, they had to stay and close the club because there was nobody from the club management to close up the club here, so they had to stick around and wait for the last team to go home, so they could close up and go home as well.
Hoe laten doen dan? Komt hem hier tegen of niet? Nee, gewoon laten stilvallen, niks. Gaat overkeulen. Zit. Oké.
And yeah,
Good
it's this
there, yep.
signature down play, just setting up his team like this. Timo lost his lens.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Frank, that yeah, it doesn't. That Team Vareka is not in the situation to force a blank. Hananen will always play for the 1 if they have to.
Se on aika tiukka näin päin.
Our 5th place match has concluded with Team Hungaria scoring 3 in the 7th. So they led it 9-3, and handshakes were given at that point after 7. So
7 consecutive losses for Team Dalla as they exit the World Curling Tour event in Belgium. Have to prepare for next weekend to challenge this Team Vareken here. As we see one of those rare mistakes where Hananen overthrows the stone.
And over on our bronze medal match, Team Raju scored 2 in the 7th, so they lead at 6-4 over Team Hertman. They're in the 8th end, the final stones of the 8th end.
Yeah, that could be the one surprise in the knockouts because Raju was 4th and Hertman was 3rd. So Raju could kind of jump, take that 3rd position here.
This one looks to be good from the guard, so just needs to slow down.
Okay.
Carries a little bit deep into the back part of the forefoot.
Marginaalisuoja auki. Tullaan perästä ja sit avataan reilu. Toki mun mielestä me voidaan nyt avata, mut ne ei saa tehdä toista kiertoa. Näin päin.
Right. Looking at options, thinking about drawing on it, deciding, nope, let's peel these guards, clean things up.
Yeah, that's a different approach than Vreken did in last end. Last end, Vreken was in a similar situation and they drew.
Gets rid of 1.
Yes?
All right. So Timo opting to, instead of replacing the guard, saying let's put more pressure on the button.
Lijn is mooi. Len. Mag curlen.
Needs to curl. There it goes. Now they're going to try to drag this down as deep as they can. I think this one's a little bit outside, a little bit light. Not going to get between those into the house like they wanted. Now an opportunity for
aukaisemalla ei oikein voiteta mitään.
Hananen to
Yeah, now reconsidering, like their plan was to clean things up, but now they're reconsidering, saying maybe we should still put something there on the pin. Eventually that Yellowstone is behind T-line, so if they can get something in there, they could build up pressure. I mean, 1 point could get them into an extra end, but 2 points might just bring them the victory in 8 ends.
Linja hyvä. Joo! Pidä! Kova! Pidä! Joo! Kova!
and a sweep. Make sure this one gets around the guard. And
Oh, no.
just clips it.
It's in the house, which could also turn out to be of
Nu, het
importance.
andere ding is wel, als
Ja.
je dat zo rolt,
Not what they wanted.
speel het open, gaat gewoon dat weg. Kans groot dat we nog een extra rank gaan spelen. Hè.
Yami looking back at
Ja,
that
het beste.
stone.
Gaan. Ja, het ding is, dan moeten ze ervoor gaan. Hè. Stel, als jij er hier een legt en ze gebruiken het als je laatste, dat is ook maar voor 1 punt. Hè. Er staan er nog altijd eentje voor, dus...
And
Ah,
this
ik
is
ben
one of
van
those
twijfel.
times where you look at the possibilities
Wel doen we dit.
to perform in the end,
Well,
but
I
you're also
don't
taking
know.
into account this is the last stand. They have hammer, we have a point advantage, so all of that information is put into the equation here.
Yep. Really trying to decide what are they going to do. Hit
Ja,
and roll
ja.
in, draw in.
Bit of a coach timeout situation here, because this is an important decision to make. Going for the guards.
Yep.
Ja.
Leave that one up higher. Take away the draw.
De meeste
Make
van
the
de
run
stenen
back a
zo
lot
kunnen
more
op het einde
difficult.
heel goed trekken. Dus, en ik denk als we minder pakken is de kans dat we overcurlen heel groot. Ja.
Important stone for Team Break, and they need to get this one in the right spot.
Curl! Curl!
This needs to start curling.
Curl!
Very nice stone. Don't want it to curl too much.
Yep.
Good stone. Still might be a draw opportunity there.
Mut otetaanko me auki kuitenkin nämä? Silloin tämä voisi pyöriä vielä tohon noin. Koska jos me aukastaan tämä,
Now it's
mit,
Team Hananen's turn to think about what they've got to do.
toki jos sä aukaset näin päin. Mut silloin siinä on se riski, että tuo pyörähtää tonne toiseksi
Yeah, as
kiveksi,
fast
sit me ollaan
as
kuseessa.
the ends were going in first half of
Ja
the game,
tosta
second
sit,
part of
jos
the game,
siinä on marginaali sit, että
teams
hipasee
need
ton
to
auki.
think
Oisko se
more
näin päin?
complex situations on the ice, but also the importance.
Yep. Try to run this middle one back. Or are they just going to try to open it up?
If they're able to run it back, double it out that way, could work, because then it's even hard for Team Vreken to draw with those 3 guards stacked in front of it. So imagine a run back double takeouts could be very good stone here.
On hard for the sweep.
Takes out the red one, and this is very unfortunate.
We hebben er straks een draw bij mij zo gedaan.
Does
Ik denk dat
open
dat
up
zoiets
a
mag hebben.
line down the center, but would they be able to
Ja.
hold the shooter coming through
Nee.
there? I think so.
Ja, zelfs dit hier is ook goed, hè. Twee, hè.
Vreken looking to steal
Randje-
here.
Het randje van de steen mag de middenlijn bijten, hè. Pak misschien toch dat tikje minder.
Looking for just a little bit less ice. I think they're going to try to plug up this gap down the center.
Ja. Ga nu. Land.
Immediately call for the sweep on the line. Gets this one to curl over.
Geen gat laten, hè.
Don't leave any hole, and that is a very, very good stone there from Timo.
Happy Timo is a happy skip.
Of course, he's got to find something he did wrong with that stone. You can see him going, oh, my wrist was 1.5 degrees out.
Ja! Hey! Valtteri!
First calling for line, now calling for the curl. And that is going to tap another yellow into the house.
Has a lot of handles, so it might
That's going to
hurt
throw
you.
way outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does open things up.
Yeah, it makes things interesting again.
Ik zal hem dicht genoeg leggen. Als je hoger ligt, gaan ze er gewoon rond.
We had people in chat saying there is a Kevin De Bruyne lookalike over on the Finnish team. And not talking about the army in this case. I can see why Belgian people would make that comparison.
Heard Timo say to Jeroen that
Oh.
it can't be
Ruimte.
too high because then they can draw around it. So
Oké, doe maar gewoon curl. Moet curl. Curl.
needs to curl, want this one to get over.
Curl. Blijven gaan. Blijven gaan. Alle twee. Blijven gaan. Blijven gaan. Nog. Blijven gaan. Blijven gaan. Blijven gaan. Nog.
Wants to
Nog.
maybe find that little tab there.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. It leaves it a little bit exposed there, but that yellow, the shot, the shooter is kind of covering things up now, makes that gap very narrow, and might make it difficult for them to actually hold the shooter.
Such a close game. I mean, even with 3 more stones to go, it's all yellow in the house. But as long as there is a way to squeeze in a red one to the pin, that could be their shot to get an extra end.
Se pysyy tosta kohti vähän suorana.
They're on the Hammerstone over in our bronze medal match, trying to see what the situation is there. Can't quite see. Everybody's huddled around behind the house, so I can't see what's going on there. I just see that Pavel Hertman is delivering that last stone. Meanwhile here, Matthias trying to squeeze one between these guards. Is that going to get by? No, it's
No,
not.
keeps the guards. It's also not really opening things. They do have a second shot in the house. It is exposed. Can they use that stone to come back to the middle? That stone could be useful for Team Hanninen, and Team was looking at it and thinking, should I get rid of this? Because this could be a useful stone to Hanninen. Then again, you can also draw a second one in and block the path, get it right in between.
Judging by the looks on the face of Team Raju, Pavel Hertman's stone did not find the score, so I believe Team Raju has won the bronze medal match over Team Hertman. We will need confirmation as they come in, but first, we're down to our last two stones.
Yeah, I think Raju seems to be happy and smiling, and Team Hertman is already inside the locker room, so it could be the case. Of course, Team Hertman, they stated they had a plane to catch, so they could also explain why they have no time to lose. But exciting times here as well, and the final two stones, final end, possible final end here. Verreken is sitting shot. Hanninen, they need a point to force an extra end, and Jeroen has one more stone to try and avoid that scenario from playing out. Potential final stone for Team Verreken in the World Curling Tour Belgium Men's Challenger, trying to close this gap. If the gap's closed,
we're calling out the sweepers.
Okay.
Center gap is closed.
Think they might have to use that one redstone there. Or can they find... Yeah, I think if they can run this back.
Back at an angle.
They can score two, and they might take the win. I mean, if they have to do an angled run back, they might as well choose the option that would bring them victory instead of choosing the one that will just create an extra end without the hammer. So an incredible hard shot to make, but not an impossible one. And if they make it, they would be a well-deserved champion.
Yeah, I think if you're Team Verreken and you're sitting in such a strong spot, and the team and Team Hanninen can make this shot, I think you just have to tip your broom, raise your broom to them and say congratulations, because it was a well-fought match. You can make this kind, but they still have to make it.
They still have to make it, and it all comes down, and this is what we hoped for, what we prayed for. It comes down to final end, final stone, and not just any stone, a difficult one, but if Matthias is going to make this one, it will be shot of the match for sure. There is no question about it.
I'm sure the Finnish fans will go nuts in chat.
Stone is delivered. It's all about communication and sweeping now. Didn't hear the call.
Oh, this one's just going to catch on the nose or inside.
No, and it is Verreken scoring one, and Verreken taking the final here. Unfortunately, not able to execute here. But what a game. I think what a final.
Yeah.
We were spoiled with this final here. And basically with the whole tournament, this was an exciting tournament to watch and to follow. And you can see the hugs there. It was a hard-fought win for Team Verreken, but now they can relax for a couple of days because they have their men's challenger coming up next weekend. But at least for today, they can enjoy all of the attention from the viewers, and just again, congratulations to the team. Stick around, people who are viewing. We will have a member of Team Verreken coming to our interview booth real soon. That will be probably Jeroen coming down here. So if you want to know how they experienced the game, we have some questions for the team, and we also have some flowers and some nice words, of course.
Yep. So thank you everybody who tuned in and watched, chatted, lurked, everything. That was a fantastic match. Glad you guys could watch us here. We've spent the entire weekend here on WCT channel broadcasting this Belgian Men's Challenger. Really happy to have everybody who's popped in. You know, Pim and I, we have our own channel, Curtia TV. We do all of the Belgian League. And so we're happy to be able to expand our audience and to meet some new fans. Hopefully you guys can follow us over on our channel. We'll be taking a lot of the highlights from these matches, posting them over there with the shot of the match and everything like that. But we've had such a good weekend. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think it was an exciting weekend. We are a bit tired, but I think the players, they are way more tired than we are. They have been playing 7 games, at least the finalists have been playing 7 games in 3 days. This is just kind of, a very big achievement. And then staying focused for so long. It has been a long day. Staying focused up until the last 10, the last stones. This asks so many focus from these teams. I see teams are coming in here. I think I hear Jeroen's voice, and I hope Jeroen is getting ready to get his interview. Jeroen, going to try and catch his attention. Jeroen can wear our interview headsets, and we can pop over to the booth real quick. There he is, the big man. We have a lot of viewers today. I think we have a record amount of viewers for this final. But first of all, congratulations with the hard-fought win. Your first reaction?
Yeah, thank you. It was very nice to win our first WCT tournament. We're all quite tired, so we're happy. In the end, we went through the eye of the needle.
Yeah.
And we won the game. So I think well deserved after winning all the games in the round robin. So, but it was a hard fought battle.
Yeah, you said that this morning that facing them was going to be a tough match, and they certainly proved it. They didn't give up on anything. Those blanks in the early ends, a couple of mistakes here and there. They had a rollout instead of a 2. So, but way to hold on. Really force that last end. Really didn't give them anything. You were forcing them to make that hero shot. You yourself making that promo at an angle was incredible. If that misses, who knows what's going to happen in this situation. So congratulations to you and the team. We got a lot of fans here from Belgium saying congratulations. I think your TMO's dad wants us to give you guys a hug. So
Yeah.
you'll be getting hugs. You'll be getting hugs later.
Do you have any kind of message for all of the fans out there, fans in Belgium, maybe worldwide, but also your fans? I know Johanna was watching in the train, watching your game, and a lot of other people were watching as well.
It's really heartwarming. Such lovely people supporting us. So thank you very much to support us and to cheer for us. We will also be cheering for you if you play games. But it's very nice to live in a community that supports each other in curling. So yeah, it really helps playing games and motivates each other every time again and again. So it really helps. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Also, one more last question on my side. This is the World Curling Tour Men's Challenger event, the major event here in Belgium. We have teams coming in from different countries, also intercontinental. Do you have any kind of message to next year's Men's Challenger teams that are doubtful? Should we come over to Belgium and play this tournament? What would be your message down in the future?
So come over next year, try to beat us. The ice conditions were very nice. It's a lovely place to be. So you're more than welcome to compete here. It would be nice to have more teams. And then we hopefully see each other next year. So.
All right. Well, congratulations to Team Verreken on your win, and thanks for stopping in. And why don't you go celebrate with your team?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So yeah, John, I think we can conclude. I think in terms of predictions, I haven't touched that thing yet, but you have won this prediction, so we tie 5-5.
After a slow start.
Yeah.
come back to seal it, so you're not necessarily the Nostradamus of the Kurdia predictions as you thought.
Yeah. Maybe next year, who knows? But yeah, I
So
think we can wrap it up here, and I'll leave you to do the closing words here for Kurdia TV and the viewers.
yeah, so thank you again, everybody who tuned in and watched. If you really liked what we did, hop on over to Kurdia TV on YouTube or Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Sometimes I dance. To see more curling, we put out lots more like this. This is a typical production for us, but we enjoyed having you here. I hope to see you guys in the future. And with that, goodbye.
Bye-bye.